Hello, it's Chrissy from Footprint Tarot. I have been waiting for a reading to come along that I could use these cards on. They're called the Vanessa Tarot. They are a lot of fun. All of the cards, even the kings and the knights, are represented by women. The pages are little girls. There are a couple of men pop up where they're required, but it's a great fun deck if you're having a fun night and just want to have a bit of fun with the girls, and you know, it's just a great fun deck for that, for looking at people who are fun and funny and interesting. And I thought I would rock this out to have a look at Kamala Harris. I saw some of the footage from the Democratic debate last night, and she owned it. Yeah, I'll just stop giving you a shot down my cleavage. She owned the room. She owned the whole debate, and she showed what a strong, confident, but compassionate leader she could be. So I thought I would do a spread on her. I'm going to do a Celtic cross on her chances at the moment. What does it look like for her with regard to winning the 2020 election, or becoming the Democratic nominee for the election in 2020? So we'll look at that, and we'll give this a bit more of a shuffle. Okay, the bottom of the deck. Hang on to your gussets. Knight of Wands. She is full of ideas, full of action. She is full of investigative ideas as well. Knight of Wands is often the investigator, but also the person who comes along with new ideas, offers of new action and new ideas as well. So I think in this case I'll look at it as saying she has a lot of new ideas to bring to the table. So the situation: Kamala Harris, her 2020 hopes for the 2020 nomination. Wow, the first card up is the Tower. That's not necessarily bad. The Tower can signify a change. It signifies a change. So, you know, she's been around and relatively prominent, but up until now I don't think she's really been at the forefront. I think Elizabeth Warren has, Joe Biden, of course, Bernie Sanders, and some others briefly, but she really took that situation last night and she changed it. She toppled a lot of people last night. I don't think there's quite a few who aren't going to recover from that. So she created a change, and for want of a nicer term, she kicked a few off the top of the tower. Okay. That doesn't mean she's not going to be without challenges. So let's have a look at the challenge to her situation. That's the Three of Coins. Working with other people. So this seems to be a challenge. So perhaps she's not good at, or she has a little bit of difficulty. She has her ideas and the way she wants to do things, and perhaps she's not good at working with others to either realize that or maybe allow others in. Group work, or perhaps she hasn't got the right team around her yet to surge forward. Thinking it through, because group work, the group around you, how they working as a group, you can create this shining, wonderful piece of artistry, which is the presidential nominee. And she might not have the right group around her yet to do that. I don't think it's necessarily she can't work with others. I think she can. And I think she's proven that she can. I think it's that she has not quite got the right group of people around her yet to take off and fly. The basis of this at the moment. Whoa. The devil in flagrante delicto. Somebody at the base of this, maybe the devil is often cited as being a bad influence or a cycle of behaviour. So perhaps at the base of this, and maybe she has a few things that she falls back into a cycle of doing, which aren't necessarily the best for this campaign. So at the basis of it is, at the moment, yes, she's kicked people off the tower, but she's got this not the best group of people around her at the moment, the right group of people. Perhaps she's, maybe not getting the right group together. I'm not saying that the people she has around her aren't fantastic at what they do and all that, but being fantastic individually doesn't mean that you're necessarily the greatest as a team for what needs to be done. And perhaps she might fall back into that at the time, not assessing how they're going as a team and whether there needs to be changes. So, as I said, the devil is often a cycle of behaviour that you keep falling back into. The past. She's been a Knight of Swords. She's been the Attorney General, I think, for California. She fought the Knight of Swords, fight for justice for others. So that's what she was in the past. So that's pretty self-explanatory in the past position. At the present, Four of Coins. She's hanging in there. She's hanging on to what I got, and she's holding her coins or her assets close to her chest. I don't think she's revealed everything she's got. Just hang on for a moment. Okay, so she's holding things close to her chest. She's keeping things close. I don't think this is fear of losing or anything. I think this is hanging on to her secrets and holding them close. And I think what she let rip last night is only a fraction of what she has. The near future for Kamala. The near future is the Ten of Swords. Ooh, that's not necessarily a good thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing either. People could have the knives out for her in the near future. Look, it's a fight. They're all fighting for the one thing they want, and they want the Democratic nominee for president. And people getting their knives out could, and sticking their knives in, could lead to the end of her run. But I don't see that. I think people might get their knives out and stick it into it, but it might just lead to the end of this phase of her run. I think if they do stick knives into her, she's going to come back swinging. So, the end of this stage. And, they've just had the first round of debates, and some people are going to drop out. I don't see her being one to drop out at this stage. I do think that people are going to try and get their knives out and stick them into her. And, with so many candidates, you've got to do something. You've got to step up your game. So the other thing is, it could be the end of her playing the game at this level, and a thing for her to step up her game, because the knives are going to come out, and in order to defeat them, she's going to have to do that. So I think this could signify her stepping up her game and throwing on some armour so that those knives don't really penetrate. her power, her strength. 6 of Coins. Sharing. Looking at things. Now, this card really just shows her throwing money without looking at where she's throwing it. So I think in this instance, it's sort of like not that. I think in this instance is that she will share and she will spread the money about, but she's not going to do it blindly. I think that's her strength, is that I would say, she's aware. This person might have their eyes closed, but she's aware where it's going. She knows where it's going. She knows where it's going, where she aimed it at. So her strength is in knowing where she wants things to go and making sure it gets there. Hang on a moment. Move your little butt. On. There you go. That was cameo. So I think her strength is, it might not appear that she looks like she knows where things are going, but she does. Excuse me. Hang on a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take care of a case of blatant cat blackmail, which is, well, if you feed me some of my favourite food, I won't get in front of your camera. I know some readers have had problems with people complaining about their cats appearing. Well, cats are cats and they'll do what they like, and all they think is, if you don't like it, bollocks to you. So I guess we'll just have to go along with that. Anyway, as I said, I think the strength is, even though she might not appear to know where things are heading or where she's heading with her ideas, she knows exactly where she's going. This person has thrown the coins. It doesn't look like she's even looking at where it's going, but she's hitting the mark. Don't underestimate her, in other words. How others see Kamala Harris. 7 of Wands. They see her as a warrior, standing her ground. They see her as able to stand up for herself and defend herself. I think some people might even be a little bit scared of her. And yeah, why not? A lot of people are scared by powerful women. Her hopes and her fears. Look, this is the Magician. She hopes she can get people to see what she wants them to see, what she needs them to see. But she also fears that that's not going to happen. She hopes she has all the tools to win it, to win the nomination, but she also fears that she doesn't. So that's the hopes and fears is pretty straightforward, isn't it? She hopes she can manifest what she wants, and she fears that she doesn't. The final outcome for Kamala Harris at this stage with the question is, what is going to happen with her run for presidency? She's got the moon. Secrets coming to light, illumination on something. Perhaps there's something that hasn't come out about Kamala yet, that's going to come to light. Whether or not it will lead to her not getting the nomination, well, it's a long way away from the nomination, from that final decision yet. So the final outcome is there's something going to come to light about Kamala. Whether it's good or bad, we don't know. Might use a little clarifier on that. I'll get out my everyday tarot, which are gorgeous, purple and gold. Purple's my favourite colour. I love the graphics on this, the Art Deco styling. It's just gorgeous. So we'll have a look at two things here. We'll have a look at the Ten of Swords in her near future. What's that all about? Well, it's pretty obvious that, you know, everyone wants this position. Five of Pentacles. She could be feeling left out in the cold by what's happening. Yeah, that's interesting. And we'll look at the moon in her final outcome. Three of Swords. That's not looking good. I think there's a possibility that some secrets could come out that squash her chances of becoming the presidential nominee. So that's not the bright, happy outcome. But that's at this stage. Free will comes into the picture. Time comes into the picture. Nothing stays still. Nothing stays static. So this could change. I will check in again with her later on, and as I will be checking in with some of the others as well. But thank you very much. Please remember to click like and subscribe, and thank you for coming and joining me on my tarot journey. Bye bye.